you sit on it, you should be able to hold it up and push it.
The open public
Right there.
the open public meeting law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or agreed upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Mattawa Happening Regional School District Board of Education advertised this meeting on December 1st, 2023 in the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger. These notices were sent to the public, to the municipal clerks of the Borough of Mattawa and the Township of Aberdeen, and the Mattawa Aberdeen Public Library. These notices were also placed on the district's website. Mrs. Sharon?
All right, thank you everybody. And we have our friend Joey. Can you come up? All right, Joey's going to say the pledge for us. He's from Ms. Warner's class.
I pledge of all allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Joey. You did amazing. I love it. Okay. And then next up, we're going to actually have Miss Prizer's class is going to be singing a song for us. So for third grade, they are putting on a concert in May. So we have the one class coming and just give you a little sneak preview of it. Okay? So thank you.
Hi, so my name is Hannah Ditloff, and I'm the music teacher here at Cliffwood. It's my first year here at the school and in the district, and it has been just a wonderful experience. Our third grade concert, the theme is all about nature and being outside and enjoying the sounds and sights of what's around us. The song we're going to sing for you tonight is called If I Could Fly Like a Snowflake, which is fitting because we got snow this year and it's still cold. So, hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you May 30th here at 6:30 for the whole concert.
You guys did awesome. Let's give them one more big round of applause. All right, thank you. Ms. Prizer's third grade class, you did awesome. You step off, okay? Thank you. So make sure you save the date for May 30th. That was just a little sneak peek. We also wanted to share with you tonight, Ms. Somahano's class has been busy creating writing pieces. So they've been recently working on persuasive writing. And I just happened to be stopping in the room, and I was like, these these are amazing. Like, we have to somehow show these with everybody. So we have a few friends here tonight that are being very brave, and they're going to come up here and show their pieces.
Drawing My Mom by Kensley Paleo. Mom, you should let me draw you and me because we are best friends. One reason is I could practice drawing you. I promise I will make you pretty. Also, you would be a good model because you are perfect. Lastly, you can spend time together. We are family. Mom, this is why you should let me draw you because you are pretty.
Nice job, friends. Christian wrote about my opinion about teaching mom to cook by Christian Pariza.
Mommy, you need to teach me how to cook. One reason is I should know how to cook, so I have to give. Also, I can cook you food. You don't have to cook. Lastly, I could cook for Diego when you are busy eating. Mommy, this is why you should teach me how to cook.
And we have Grayson. Grayson wrote my opinion about more days off of work. Mom, you should take more days off of work.
One reason is we will have more time together. We can take more naps. Also, we can watch more movies. We can eat more. Lastly, we can go to places like Urban Mom, this is why you should take more days off of work.
Thank you so much, guys. Let's give them a little big round of applause. That is not easy. I as an adult don't like to stand up here and talk in front of everybody, and these are 6 and 7-year-olds, so they were so great. I'm so proud of you guys. You did great. Great job. And one other thing that we wanted to show you, we have some of our art hanging up. Again, this is just a little sneak peek to our Night of the Arts on May 30th. We will have all the students' artwork showing up in the school as well. All right? And one last thing, I know my Cliffwood families are very familiar with this. We're very excited about the launch of our One School, One Book program. So we just started reading Charlotte's Web. And this is a really important program because, one, it gets the kids really enthusiastic about reading. And it's just coming together as a community and as a school to promote reading and literature at home and just building their imagination. So we had a kickoff assembly and we have lots more events planned for it. So I'm just going to show you a quick school one book.
Our top story tonight comes from Clifford, New Jersey, where students, staff, and families have recently kicked off their One School, One Book celebration of reading. On April 12th, every student received a copy of the classic chapter of Charlotte's Web. Oh man, I love that book. Each day, students read a chapter in school or with their families at home. But that's not all. Let's go to our reporter on the scene at Clifford School to learn more. That's right. Our team of reporters is here at Clifford School, where everyone is buzzing about Charlotte's Web. This year, before the title of the book was announced, students watched the characters of Charlotte's Web play an exciting game of Family Feud. It was King Cliff versus King Husband. Let's roll the tape. That show is fire. King Cliff on the way, baby. Now back to you at the studio. Excellent reporting, team. One source also informed us that there is even more to the story. Students win prizes for finishing chapters. Every Friday is a theme day. And in May, there will be a visit from the petting farm and a family night. So stay tuned for more and keep reading.
I just want to give a special shout out to Ms. Prizer's class for putting that together. Ms. Prizer worked really hard on that. So let's give her a big round. And I need to thank the Cliffwood PTO. Anytime we have these crazy ideas, they're always right there to help us. So I want to thank our Cliffwood PTO and also the Matterhorn Education Foundation. They helped fund all the books. So every single student in our school went home with a copy of a book. And anybody who needed the book in Spanish also went home with the book in Spanish. So we really need to give them a big round of applause and thank them for supporting us. I know you guys have a busy night planned, so I'm not going to take up any more of your time. But we thank you so much for letting us to host tonight and just give you a little glimpse into our school and all the talented students that we have. They make me proud every single day, and I love being able to be here as the principal of this school with these students and teachers. Thank you, everybody. And also, one more thing. It's Autism Acceptance Month in April, so we had our classes with children with autism made the board some frames for Autism Acceptance Month, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Ms. Miles? Here. Thank you. Ms. Martinez? Here. Mr. McGovern? Mr. Monton? Here. Ms. Stock? Here. Ms. Burrell? Here. Ms. Warnicki? Here. Mrs. Foley? Here. Ms. Stock? Here. Can I have a chair situated? You're all good? Okay. I'm sorry, that was it. There we go. Okay. I was asking for a motion in a second to approve the minutes. I got a motion in a second, so. And can I have a motion and a second to accept the correspondence? I'll second. Okay, can we have the student representative report?
Recently, Cliffwood hosted a talk assembly for One School, One Book, where students brought their teachers engaged in a game to review the children's book, Charlotte's Web. Last Friday, the school was transformed into a bustling farm as the children dressed up as characters, and they plan to have more than 2 days soon. Our are also delighted to announce upcoming events, including the Title I Painting Night featuring Bill Bird and Charlotte Webb, and a Petting Farm Day sponsored by the PTO. These activities promise to further ignite our students' imagination and foster a love of literature and learning. And on our Earth Day, students have been engaged in beautifying our garden. Under the guidance of the dedicated maintenance team, they've been busy weeding and planting the garden, connected with nature and learning valuable lessons about sustainability. Additionally, third graders recently embarked on an educational trip to the Info Age Museum, enriching their understanding of history and technology. Clifford also hosted author Daniel Miller, who captivated our students and with tales of his literary journeys and celebrated March 10th of the month who demonstrated courage. Clifford thanks you all for your continued support as they are shaping bright futures and nurturing lifelong learning. The past 2 weeks have been fun filled for sophomore, with students enjoying our spring book fair, preschool to grade 1 family literacy night, and the third grade Raise the Red Show and dinosaur assembly with all those. Green Drive has had a busy April. Today we had 30 guests for a Bring Your Child to Work Day, right after they celebrated Mrs. Latach-Hewitt's and Mrs. Tapia for their administrative professional days. They are thankful for the PTO who sponsored an awful visit for Daniel Miller and all of our recent upcoming field trips. Tomorrow ends another busy week with the Kindergarten Spring Festival. Next week we're looking forward to a color run on May 2nd and ask you to join us for that. This past Tuesday, April 22nd, Wood Road hosted Family Game Night. This was a fun event supported by the Madelon Avenue Public Library that brought students and families together in engaging games, including Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Wood Road recently finished a 2-week student workshop series with the preferred behavioral health. Over the course of 2 weeks, all classes rotated through the library with a 30-minute session facilitated by representatives from Compass that focused on fostering the development of work habits, study skills, and organization strategies. These sessions were interactive and provided practical strategies to support student success. Lode Road is gearing up for many end-of-the-year activities, including a 4th grade trip to Camp AC Theater in Wepping, a 5th grade pool club trip, field day, and carnival. The PTO is planning several activities, including a color run and plant sale. All proceeds support student activities and a playground shade structure. Just before spring break, Lode Road held a family STEAM night in which all families came together for 10 hands-on STEAM activities. This night, we are encouraging all families to participate in a parent workshop focused on social media and online safety. This session will be hosted by the Compass Preferred Behavioral Health and will provide valuable information and tools to assist parents in monitoring their children's online activity. We hope you can join us at the middle school May 20th at 6:30. This brings me to the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, I have the superintendent's report.
Sure. Just a few highlights. As Ms. Chance mentioned, this month is Autism Awareness Month. So yesterday we did a sale of t-shirts, and all of the schools participated by wearing their t-shirt to demonstrate their commitment to inclusion in all of our schools. Today is actually Bring Your Child to Work Day, so it was really neat to see all of the children in our buildings, additional children, so which was really fun. I walked into a classroom and I said, what happened? And we had 5 extra kids in a class. I said, this is really a lot of kids. But they had a great time. A lot of schools organized events, particularly here at Clifford, since we're here tonight. Ms. Chance organized activities throughout the day. She had about 42 additional students here, which don't be scared though, because they're kind of balanced out because other students were missing from my class because they went to work with their families. So it was great. Central office participated, so it was really nice to see everyone get to know each other. The kids you walk around, they thought it was really cool that your teacher's child was in school today, so they could share some funny stuff, so it was great. Just a few additional highlights. They had the mental health symposium last week. It was well attended with over 400 families and educators, so next time we encourage everyone to attend and our community to participate. Yesterday was the flag football at the high school, so I received some pictures. I shared that this morning for the board Facebook page because it looked really, really intense, and I was a little scared, when I saw the playing on the field. Unfortunately, did not win, but we're really proud because this is actually only the second year that they're in, where they're competing with other schools, and they're hoping to make it a competitive sport for MARSD. So they're working towards that and developing that program, so which is wonderful for our young ladies, but they can really play, so which is really good. And on Monday, when we had the field dedication, thank you all for attending. The girls did win their softball game that day too, so you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I was at the softball dedication. It was just really fun to see so many generations of softball players there. I mean, everything from some of my Lloyd Road kids, friends there, to high school kids. I was hanging with the men's softball team, which was fun. Okay, so I did want to, so this is the president's report, and I did want to note to everybody that the board has officially been recognized as a certified board by the New Jersey School Board Association. For those who don't know, that designation recognizes the board's commitment, the board and the district's commitment to meeting state standards, professionalism, and continuing education. The board and district staff will be recognized at the Monmouth County School Board Association meeting, which is May 7th at the Colts Neck Inn. And I think that our former board president / current board vice president, Mrs. Scully, should get some special recognition for really spearheading this effort. And so thank you. And then I just want to remind everybody to check the calendar because we have a lot of activities. Somebody once mentioned that May really should be called May-cember because it's just as busy as December. And yeah, I would agree. So I'll be at a bunch of concerts. I don't know about anybody else. And then there's sporting events, art programs. It's fantastic. And then I also want to note along those lines also that it's Teacher Appreciation next week, Appreciation Week. So thank you to all the teachers, and we can talk more about how we can recognize teachers. But I just wanted to say a big thank you to our district staff, teachers. I guess moving on, we have to go to the curriculum and instruction agenda.
Thank you. Good evening. Under curriculum and instruction, there are no items in red from the CAL, so we're asking the board to take action on items A and B. That concludes curriculum and instruction.
Can I have a motion second on the agenda?
Motion, wait, I'm sorry. We have a question. Is that now or after?
Yeah, this is it.
So under item 7, oh, sorry, this is for personnel. Sorry, never mind.
Okay. Moving on to student services.
Under student services, all of the items are in red, so I'll just give a quick explanation for each one. So under student services, item number 1, we're asking the board to approve bedside instruction for students as listed. Item number 2 is we're asking the board to approve the service provider as listed. Item number 3, we're asking the board to approve out-of-district placements as listed. Continue on to the next page. We're asking the board to approve item number 4, which is a rebill cost as listed. And item number 5, we're asking the board to approve a partnership with Monmouth University for speech language interns. That concludes student services.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Especially if this is all new. Okay, can I have a motion and a second to set the student services agenda? A motion. Okay. Personnel.
Under personnel, we're asking the board to take action. We're going to begin first. There is a walk-in item under personnel. We have in front of you. It says resignations, retirements. So we're asking the board to approve the resignation as listed on the walk-in item. That's first. Followed by what's in the regular agenda. So we're asking the board to approve all items are items that are listed in red under sections A, B, C 1 through 9, D 1 through 6. That includes personnel.
I just have a question, really just a definition. Under item 7, celebration, can you tell me what applied arts?
We can't hear you over there.
Can you please just explain what applied art / MDAUT means?
Yeah, so applied art, local disabled autism. So this is an additional program that we offer for students in our special ed program.
So does that mean that the instructor for that, the teacher for that is no longer going to be the general art teacher and only? Or is it?
It's both. It's an additional course.
And then the same for the second art teacher?
So the second art teacher was originally approved to do that position in the fall. We switched teachers based on schedule. So now the first person is taking it.
Thank you.
I have a concern about summer theater, and I know in this last meeting, Dave was being very sick. But I thought we could have a conversation. Is this the time to have it?
This could be the time to have it, or there may be some interest. Yeah. We could also recommend tabling this decision because we haven't really had a chance to get all of the information we need.
I would be happy to table it, so I'll make a motion to table that discussion of summer theater.
Okay. Do we have a second on the motion to table item 3? Okay, all right, so we can vote on that now. Thanks, everybody.
Ms. Stiles?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Montagne?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Burrell?
Yes.
Ms. Warnicki?
Yes.
Mrs. Foley?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
So, item 3 will be tabled. Is there other discussion about the personnel agenda? Can I have a motion and a second on the personnel agenda with the item that is tabled? Oh, and walk-in. Yeah, I'll motion. Second.
Sorry, just a question. So in terms of the summer theater, so we'll talk that, we'll speak on it, because it's personnel related and exec session.
Did everybody hear that? Okay, so that was at the summer theater, since it is mostly a personnel discussion, will be an exec session. But we can't vote in exec, just so you know. Okay, and the, organic finance agenda, or the policy, here it is, the policy agenda.
We are asking the board to take action on a second read and adoption of policy regulation 5111. That concludes policy.
Is there any more discussion about this policy? Okay, can I have a motion and a second to accept the policy agenda?
I'll second.
And then finance agenda.
Good evening. Great time for this journal. I'd like to just take a quick moment to also say that Tuesday was Bus Driver Appreciation Day, so thank you so much for keeping all of them safe. Wednesday was also Administrative Assistant Recognition Day, so thank you for all you do. On top of that, number 1 would be payroll for the month of March, not February. And then April, transfer for the funds for March, as well as the board secretaries, major fund status, and treasurer's report. At the top of page 2, we're looking to have a resolution for the use of competitive contracting for substitute staffing. We have gotten approval from the state to do so. This would make us eligible to go out for 2 years, and it would not just be based solely on lowest price. There will be a competitive process with a matrix that is associated with it, and we're really looking forward to it. There's also additional steps because of the cost that we will be required to go ahead and send all of our documentation to the Office of State Comptroller for review. A part of the first step is to have board approval so that we can go out and we can ensure that the state is effective and shall effect. With that, we also spoke last meeting about the cooperative sports program for ice hockey and then the fire evacuation drills for March.
I have a quick question about the competitive contracting for the substitute. I know that we approve bills every month for a rather significant amount of cost for substitutes. Is it anticipated that this may help stem that increase in cost?
It may help us save money.
Okay, great.
Oh, actually, and one more thing, we did get our budget approved by the state today. I know we're supposed to have our public hearing tonight, but we are moving in the right direction. So we are waiting on the Asbury Park Press to notify us if it will be in the paper either May 1st or May 2nd, and then join us at Cambridge Park at 6:30 for the public hearing.
This is on May 6th.
6. Very excited to get it.
Are there any other questions about the finance agenda? Can I have a motion and a second to accept the finance agenda?
I'll motion. I'll second.
Okay. Move on to public comments. Read something. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on matters of interest to the school community. Individuals wishing to speak must state their name and municipality of residence. Comments are limited to 3 minutes duration, but an individual may speak a second time after all others who wish to speak on the topic have been heard. All statements should be directed to the board president, and no participant may address or question board members individually. All speakers are requested to express themselves in a civil manner, due respect for the dignity and privacy of others whose legal rights may be affected. Please note, while it is not the board's intention to stifle comment on matters of legitimate concern, the public should be aware that if their statements violate the rights of others under the law of defamation or invasion of privacy, they may face personal liability to the injured party. If speakers are uncertain of the legal ramifications of their comments, the board urges them to seek guidance beforehand from their own legal advisor. Would anybody wish to speak?
Hi, everyone. Cindy Santoro. I live in Ashland, New York. I came today because I'm very concerned about the amounts of building both towns are currently doing. We know that there is a very large building going up in Matlock. We also know that they're trying to sell Leftwich Woods. We know there's a huge expansion. I just drove by Glassworks and I cannot believe what it looks like over there. We know we have a huge expansion coming in from Glassworks. We know that the town of Aberdeen just approved an expansion of Ken Gardens, which is an additional 22 apartments coming in. And Glassworks is no longer getting commercial, and they're building 12 additional townhomes. So the amount of building is absolutely mind-boggling. And one of my concerns is, obviously, how is the board going to deal with this, in my opinion, rapid influx of new housing coming in? Because believe me, they're building homes because people are buying them. Okay? So I don't want to be like one of those people that put our heads in the sand and be like, because I've had this discussion with members of the town and they're like, there's only 2 people that go to Aberdeen Middle School from Glassworks. And I'm like, you cannot be that head in the sand about this. So I know that, again, Perez and Case is like the liaisons with these towns, but I really would prefer, one, someone who lives in these towns being that liaison. Because you guys are like, we vote for you, and I feel like you would hold their nose to the grindstone a little bit better, because you have a little bit more invested, because obviously you're elected. I feel like, I want to know if, did you guys know any of this was coming? Like, did the town say, hey, yes, we're going to be building 7 million new apartments, and you're going to get like 5,000 new students? Like, did you know any of these things coming, or did you were you as surprised as we were?
Well, to answer some of the questions, the district is going out for an RFP for a gemographer, I believe in May. So to study the impact of all the new development. We all are taxpayers and do interact with the town in that capacity, and to a limited extent, the board leadership does interact with the towns. It as formal when it comes to development plans, so I don't know. It's been, I'm sure it's
So at our meetings, when Ms. Case and I meet with them, we are asking questions about the documents. There was some information that we were aware of, and some information that we weren't. One particular was the averaging most recent, and then the other is the change of the classes. So we knew that, but there was an area there.
Ken Gardens?
No, Gardens is where the food state, where the food is located right now. So we were aware that there's possibility going on there. But other than the state, yeah, we kind of found out at the same time.
So the town is not required to notify the board that there may be students coming in. My only concern was, I know you just said, and that's a word I'm not going to try to repeat because I'm going to say it wrong. I know you said that you're going to hire someone to come in and do like the planning on how it's going to affect, but I know that the town did that for Glassworks. And they said that Glassworks was going to have no idea. I don't know what they're thinking. Did they not go over there and look at what they built over there? I know they said there was going to be no real impact, but has there been an impact? Like, do you guys know if there's an impact? Like, do you know, like, the students that are coming from there, did you say, hey, they said no students and there was 150 students?
We're aware.
Oh.
We're aware now that they're here. It's a bus, right? So that we are aware.
Now, some of the things that can happen with the demographer study is that the demographer is going to take a look at what the township has released for plans. However, just like you said, those plans change, and that's after they've looked at it and given us a report, that those things can change. We had also made the towns aware that, whatever the building, please ensure that we get busing in there, that you can tell us, the size, how many are going to be able to fit in there. So we are trying to get as much information as we can during those meetings, but if they do make changes during their meetings, sometimes we're aware and sometimes we're not. But that's why I just wanted to say to be a little bit ahead of this.
So and if you want me to sit down, tell me. I just have a couple questions. Because this is concerning to me, because I still have a young child and they have quite a few years left. Another quick question is, are they required by law to let the board know that any of these things are going on or any changes that they've made? No. So basically they can build as much as they want and, oh well, if you can fit them in school, that's amazing. Or we can have 50 kids per class. That is so silly when I think about it. Because they have so many laws about everything and they don't have a law about that.
For your time.
Oh.
You can speak again at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Sorry, so when we did the strategic plan, maybe about a year ago, there was, we did have some members on that committee, sorry. We did, I believe this was some town members, so it didn't encompass everything, but we did try to plot out for how many years, and 5 years, what our growth could potentially look like, but as you know, next year we projected 300 kids projection for next year. And that's not all preschool, but it's the new buildings, it's also developed, like the existing developments changing over. We saw a lot after COVID, so a lot of youth, there's a lot of young families moving into town. So we tried to project in strategic planning, but we can only do that based on the information.
Ms. Powell, can I just comment on something? I just went back, Mrs. Gold, on that strategic plan. I was looking at where we projected, and the difference from then till now is huge. Like, so many things already different in that little short span, hence why, we have been over talking and saying, we gotta hurry up and figure this out, because it's happening so fast. So it was interesting you brought that up, because I was curious what a picture looked like then to now, and it's unbelievable. So yes, it was very concerning. Thank you.
Can you explain in terms of the demographer when the buildings are being constructed that they are going to include the number of apartments and the number of bedrooms in the study or not?
The demographer will take a look at those plans. However, if those plans change after the fact, so they'll look at it from a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, they'll take a look at more. They'll take a look at the impact of low-income housing that goes along with the state guidelines for adding those homes or any homes that are currently being built. Each town has their own amount they have to qualify and hit their capacity. Don't know where our towns are in that regard. And then we'll be able to provide that on our website once it's fully available.
Board members in the room, but once the RFP is awarded, at that board meeting, really study what it's going to include in things and the process and how and the length of time. Because it's not a quick study, it's a study that takes quite a few months, maybe almost a year.
So the RFP went out. It has been in the paper since Wednesday. It will be posted for the next 10 days. They are required to provide it to my office. I don't know what time, but May 8th, and then we would award after we score at the May 23rd agenda.
So perhaps the May 23rd meeting or somewhere near there, we could have presentations on what the demographer study does, since a lot of the folks in this room are interested in that.
I could just post the specs.
Right, that sounds good.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I just missed this, but, are any board members allowed to be on the RFP?
No, no.
This is the result here. Ms. Powell, can I just request that? Ms. Powell, can I just request that, we make sure we have, totally new demographer, not somebody that we've used before, fresh?
Due to the fact that it's scoring, it goes by whoever wins based off the matrix.
Right, but what if that person is in the bids?
I can't help it. It has to be equal for all. So there's technical specs, there's managerial specs, and there's cost specs that all have to equal 100%. I think it's technical is 20, managerial is 20, and then cost is 40, and then it's broken down by whatever is requested in it. So each category has a score to it. So when there's a committee, it's covered.
Okay, well, moving forward, we're gonna have to discuss that closer because I, for one, do not want the same demographer. That would make no sense to me because that report that we received was paid for and it was not worthy of the information on it. I apologize to the group that that's the case. So I would like to have a new vendor if at all possible.
That would be a great thing, yes, if everybody could email me who wants to be on the scoring committee, that would be helpful.
Is it a blind RFP or do we know the names?
Right now it goes legally out, and then anybody that requests it will have. A lot of times what happens with requesting, and especially this time of year, there are companies that request it. We don't know the companies that are being searched or used by the vendors that are going to bid. So we try to get as many as we can up front to know who will be bidding on it. However, if it is a consultant company that takes every bid, we won't know who it is until we receive and open the bids that day at that time.
Casey Burrow, farming manager. Just a question about the bid. The board, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the board, if you decide, has the ability to declare a bidder as an unqualified. Is that correct?
They would as long as they don't meet the specifications. They have to be so far outside the scope of specifications that we would have to rebid.
Well, right. The only reason why I'm asking is I believe that, and this goes back many, many years when we did the referendum to get air conditioning put in buildings, that the initial lowest qualifying bidder came in and the work was just not good. And then when the next part of that was going to go out, to prevent that crew from coming back in, I don't know if they had a Trenton or not, but they were deemed to be an unqualified bidder, so the district would just say, we're not using it. Now, I don't know if that's still.
So the difference between that bid was lowest score, right, lowest cost. This isn't. This is why it goes out by matrix.
Okay.
So that's the difference between the prior bid versus this bid, so that they have to be based off of managerial specifications, technical criteria, and then cost criteria. So it would be very hard to not meet all three.
And with regard to the demographer that you use, would that demographer be coming here and giving a report to the board?
They can,
So
yes.
would it be wise to invite members of the town councils to come and attend that meeting?
They can attend every single meeting.
I understand, but a nice formal invite to say, we'd like to see you here because, you know, as we all know, there's only so many sources of revenue that fund the school district. And as you continue, you might say, well, there's more people, so the taxes, you can get more taxes. Well, you can't. You can only get 2% on the budget. So more people doesn't actually mean more revenue for the district. It actually means more cost to the district. So having them come in here and actually see that, hear that, I think is meaningful. And you would like to help on that? I'd be happy to do that.
And we also send them every single meeting schedule we have and every meeting we have so that they post it into.
And one last thing, I go kind of over. This is not a new conversation. I know that previous President Esposito from years ago would go to the town and go, why do you keep building? And on top of that, you keep giving tax abatements. So you're not even getting revenue for the town, aside from the fact that you can't increase revenue for the school district. So this is just something that is basically going to implode upon itself at some point if we can't get some type of breaking measure from it.
I'm extending the invitation on behalf of the board to every council member and the mayor to come to any and every meeting that they hold.
got any other public comment?
On one more note.
Oh, sure.
The demographer that we can choose, I also would like to have the town council's demographer, because you've done that before.
Yeah.
I will check.
Excellent. Okay, let's do anybody else want to present that before? Okay. All right, so let's continue this conversation. Another quick question. So you get the guy to come in, he tells you, okay, President Powell, you're going to expect 5,000 students. Let's just say he's going to. And that means you're doing new schools, right? So how would we do that? You would have to do a reference similar to the HVAC, but much bigger. But that would be to build new buildings. Something you would just roll out to the residents, and the residents would, I guess, vote on it. I guess, yeah. I mean, because it would definitely be way more than what the 2% increase from the year before. It would be a big thing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Last time, I was just looking at, okay, you're welcome, but the last time that we, as a district, had a major building move was in the 60s when Stratford was built. I did a little research, I was curious.
Ms. Powell, also a little history lesson. So my kids, probably they're not even in the district yet. The middle school, well, two different times. The middle school had a fire and they used trailers. But prior to that, there were trailers, before they extended, there were trailers that were attached somehow to the back of the buildings before they get it on the MAMs, due to having higher, enrollment in that, it just affected that particular school at that time. So that was something, it was funny, my husband brought that up, he's like, remember the trailers? And I'm like, can we not remember the trailers? Like, yeah, so it brought me back to, wow, like, on an emergency, what we had to do.
Were those the trailers that ended up in the very back of the yard of Man's forever? No, okay, that was different trailers. Okay.
Thanks.
Is there any other public comment? Seeing none, we can proceed to vote on all the agendas.
I just wanted to thank Ms. Sharks for having us. Ms. Martinez and I were on the PTO here many years ago, and as you mentioned, the PTO has always been, we love all our schools, but this school has a special place in my heart, and being on the PTO and knowing how hard everybody works to bring amazing programs to the school, I just wanted to recognize both the PTO and the staff and you for having a great presentation for us and for making the work such a good school.
so many people on that personnel agenda. Okay, do we have any unfinished business? Any new business? None. Be it resolved that a closed session be convened for the purpose of discussing privacy, personnel, and legal matters. The subject matter of these discussions will be disclosed to the public when the reason for confidentiality subsides. Although the board cannot guarantee the length of the executive session is estimated to be 2 hours, after which the public meeting of the board shall reconvene and proceed with business. Action will take place, or may take place.